United tulifanya kuanguka as Kianda had prophesied, but he had a mixed week. Uni nabii ambaye kidogo wako 50-50. So acha tuanze basi na wewe Kianda. What did you think about the game yesterday?
Outplayed every department.
That's what I tweeted yesterday, but then nilisema outclassed.
Outclassed. You look at Manchester United playing and you're like, okay, where's the comeback coming from? The kings of comeback.
When they come back on the next game.
I just saw some statistics that Manchester United, not Paul Pogba, it was Alexis Sanchez and Lukaku. In 50 minutes combined, they had 4 complete passes. Phil Foden, in 2 minutes, had 7 passes complete. That should tell you. And that third goal, 44 passes. 44
passes before they scored.
Who are chasing shadows.
About a minute 30.
City is on a different planet. And this is what was expected. I didn't expect United to win this game, especially when I saw Paul Pogba injured on the bench. Actually, he was in the stands. Yeah, stands. That is now where you know how important Pogba can be in that midfield. And just to remind you, okay, Pogba was missing, but KDB was also missing. Could have been worse for Manchester United. But anyway, still congratulations to Victor Lindelof. That boy had the longest time of his career last night alongside Chris Smalling. But this is just a well-oiled City side, and that result was expected.
And I would say, by the way, it is well-oiled because the owners, you know what, when I deal with oil. This is just some of the statistics before I bring in Shitera. Shots on target, or rather shots just generally 6. 1 shot on target, Manchester United. 5 City. Possession, most of it belongs to Man City, 65%. Look at the number of passes. City had 704. Manchester United had 380. Fouls were the same, 12-12. It was a sometimes very physical match there. And then 5 corners and 1 corner for United. What do you have to say about this?
I think that makes football. Manchester United have been winning all their matches, the past 4 matches, 3 I guess. So I think in football, what makes it beautiful is when you win and you lose. So when you win all along, there's no beauty in football. So to me, I think it's a wake-up call again for Mourinho to work on his back line, because you can't be that porous. I don't know what happened to De Gea nowadays. Anavuja kama
NYS.
I will not blame David De Gea. Eh? This City side can beat any other side in this world. It is a very complete side.
But
and I was telling you last time.
Aguero. Hold on. Aguero, even one, I had Peter Drury akisema that hata yeye alikuwa shocked. Kitu kama hiyo De Gea huwa anashika. Ni vile tu likuta na
yes, it happens that way. Yes. But we should not blame De Gea for that one alone.
Okay. Was the man of the match
against Juventus. Why are people forgetting? Where was the defense? Where was the midfield? Matic is just too slow in that midfield.
You are as good. You are as good as your last work. Mambo ya Juventus
kwa ile sabu atu.
Lakini kwa hiyo last work tusisahau 5-10.
Let's talk about the Manchester derby first. Yes, this is the thing. The first line of defense is with the strikers. Where were the United strikers? They were not there. The midfield was outplayed completely. Fernandinho was dominating that midfield and Bernardo Silva. The defense line was overwhelmed. So we should not blame De Gea for that mistake. Where were the United strikers? Where was the midfield? David De Gea is still one of the best goalkeepers in this world.
Mushambulizi returned
at least alipata nini penalty.
Well, the only shot on target United had, just to remind
was Martial.
Yo penalty. But huo ndio utamu wa mpira, let me say. When such results are recorded, inakuonyesha kwamba Manchester City pia watapata kichapo chao. Mtu asikudanganye kwamba this is the
So which team looks like he's going to beat City?
Mtu asikwambia this is the run mpaka mwisho wa ligi. Wolverhampton drew with Manchester City, they did not believe.
Yeah. That is true. Let's take a look at what Manchester City will face after the break. They are going. The next is West Ham. After that,
they are having an easy. They are having an easy.
Yes. After that, who is the next?
All the way.
The next is Bournemouth.
I've never bought this
then
argument
after that, Watford.
That a team is having easy fixtures.
Easy fixtures.
I've never bought that argument. Reason being,
because Wolves
these are the same teams.
Waliwahangaisha.
Every team.
Give it to their lazy Mkhitaryan.
Listen, every team. Can I finish my point?
Okay, sir.
Please don't interrupt. Relax.
I know what you're going
Every
through.
team will somehow play against each other twice.
Yes.
So is it Manchester City's problem that the fixtures were put that way? It is not.
The computer.
No. Is he Manchester City? So let's just be realistic. They are getting points where it's necessary.
But
they have not dropped points against the top side. Actually, they would draw against. They drew against Liverpool. They're yet to play against Chelsea.
They'll play on
Arsenal.
8th of December.
They've beaten Manchester United. They're getting points.
But do you?
Well, other teams
believe,
are dropping
do you believe,
points.
Do you believe that
they are gaining points against those
City
five.
team is unbeatable?
They can be beaten,
Okay.
but they're likely to retain this title. Because if you look at Chelsea, it looks like the next contender. I mean, the second, Liverpool actually. But you saw what happened against Liverpool. They played better. I mean, everyone expected City to be beaten by Liverpool. They got a point against Liverpool. These are their title contender. Liverpool dropped points against sides that City can easily beat. So which game is going to decide this title? I'll tell you, 2 games.
Which one?
Chelsea versus Manchester City.
8th December.
Home and away. And the match between Liverpool and Manchester City at Etihad. Title is gone for me.
All right.
70%
what do you
loaded.
think? What do you think?
Nafikiri kwa mpira, Kianda, you are getting it wrong. Very wrong, because...
You better be factual.
No, you are getting it very wrong, because Manchester City will be beaten. In Premier League, you don't write off any team. Wolverhampton will pull a shock on Arsenal.
Just yesterday.
A game that everyone knew, game wanaenda kushinda. So any team in Premier League, you don't take it for granted. So when Manchester, actually it's easy to win against a top side. So to me, Manchester City winning against Manchester United is not a shock to me.
Let me tell
These
you
are the
one.
facts.
Let me tell you something.
These are the facts in that game, Yajana. 733
Angalia.
passes against Wolves 291.
Angalia shots.
And then when it comes to possession, you guys had 72%. You guys, I mean Arsenal. So
Yeah.
For Kianda, 72%. And then 28% in terms of possession. And then the shots were 10 and 13. The final result, 1-1.
You know what I'm saying? Arsenal is not fighting for this title. We're looking at the teams that are fighting for the title.
No, we are trying to
He
say...
has conceded.
Tunajaribu kusema hivi.
No, he has conceded.
If Arsenal
That's the
drops
bottom
points
line.
against Wolves, that is not news. If City drops points
Against Wolves,
that is now news.
And they dropped.
You see, that's like Mendel Yangusha Kabati Wednesday and everyone was like, you know. So what I'm trying to say is, City don't look like they're going to drop points against this average
Lakini
sides.
Kianda huwa na matusi.
Mario na ametutusi.
I didn't mention a team.
So Mende nani?
Mende kabisa kabati.
Zilikuwa mende mbili ama moja. Mende moja itaangusha aje kabati.
Sijataja team. By the way, sijataja team. What I'm trying to say is, City are their form as we are speaking. They've scored 15 goals in the last 3 games. 6 against Southampton, 6 against Shakhtar, and 3 against Manchester United. They don't look like they can easily drop points against average size like Wolves. They don't look like.
But they already...
That's what makes them tackle. And they look like they can beat these top sides also. They proved that against Chelsea, against Arsenal. They've beaten Manchester United. They beat Tottenham Hotspurs. So if you look at it that way,
Watu kama Kianda wamejaza matusi. Let me take a look at what people are saying here.
they don't look like.
Frank Sartori anasema, Willis, kindly note that at Arsenal, if you cannot win a match, you don't lose like Manchester United.
kuna chief
Kianda
fulani
says here that when quoting you, they said here that we were outplayed. Frank Sartori anasema hivyo. Emmanuel Wafura anasema, I think Man United coach should change the tactics of playing. Alafu huyu naye anasema watching from Gong na Shepherd Gardens na hii ya City ile game ya jana. Sorry, Shitaro, you are saying something before I cut you short.
kuna chief fulani sijui nilikuwa naona
Chief Okuso.
Chief ule wa Nakuru.
Okay, iko wapi ile? Before
Goja Willis akutole.
we are going to be fair in all of them.
Yeah, we have to be fair, Kianda.
Because we also have
kila mtu apate dose yake.
Hii najua time taitoa.
Utaitoa?
Taitoa time flash.
Usisahau.
But I want to talk about what we were talking about as well. Everybody has been the focus of Manchester United, even after that Juve win, even in the press conference, the news conference that happened after Mata was giving one, then Pogba kakuja kaingia, focus changed. And Ata Mata kasema, this is the superstar. Focus has always been on Paul Pogba, and he was missing yesterday. And Mourinho had something to say about both missing Pogba and playing Fellaini for 90 minutes. Let's take a look. Amanilo ambush. All right, let me introduce it again. Inaitwa Mourinho on players. That one, that's the one. Ibra. There you go.
Speak about this player that was the other player that was not. I don't like very much, but is important for us in many aspects of the game. Because we didn't play, we had to play Fellaini. Fellaini was not ready to play for 90 minutes. I can just imagine when the result was 2-1 to bring a fresh Fellaini to the pitch. I think they would be in big trouble. But when the result was 2-1 and we had that final push, was the moment Fellaini was doing an incredible effort to stay on the pitch, no fresh at all, risking his injury and his condition and giving everything to the team. But clearly one thing is to bring a fresh Fellaini, and another thing is to play him for 90 minutes in this match. So yes, for different reasons we miss Paul, but that doesn't mean that with Paul we win the game. So it's not an excuse. I'd like to lose the game and to speak about this player that was the other player that was not. I don't like very much, but is important for us in many aspects of the game. Because we didn't play, we had to play Fellaini. Fellaini was not ready to play for 90 minutes. I can just imagine when the result was 2-1.
To bring in a fresh Fellaini, they would have been in trouble to finish Mourinho's statement. So, what do you think? Is that an admission that he needs Paul Pogba? Ama anacheza too safe?
Nafikiri Paul Pogba si kucheza safe. It's true, Paul Pogba has been instrumental towards Manchester United's success. You remember when they were 2-0 down against Newcastle, Pogba brought the spark in the second half and they won the match 3-2. Against Juventus again, Pogba was so instrumental in getting that win. So when Mourinho says they miss Paul, I agree with him. They miss Paul. Fellaini is a bit slow on the ball. It's a bit defensive. So when you play a Fellaini instead of Pogba, you'll be losing so much creativity in the midfield.
All right. And what do you think? The stone that the builder rejected?
Pogba is a great player. I will never criticize Pogba not being a good player. One, form is temporary, class is permanent. Pogba is class. And you saw what happened to Manchester United when he wasn't part of the team yesterday. I'll say this, Fellaini, Matic too slow. Especially when we're playing a team like Manchester City with quick midfielders like Fernandinho, David Silva and Bernardo Silva. You don't really need a player like Fellaini and Matic
Sterling,
because their slowness. Their slowness in that pitch actually put a lot of pressure on under Herrera. He was almost red carded in that game because wakihata is Herrera, fuata Okoa. So Pogba is crucial. Reason being, he's creative. Another thing is a good holding midfielder. He can hold the ball, he can dribble, and he can score goals. And that's what, that was the biggest miss for Manchester United yesterday. Remember the derby, the previous derby, when United won 3-2 at Etihad last season. City were leading 2-0. That comeback, Pogba with the brace, and Chris Smalling scoring the winning goal in the last minutes. You need players like Pogba in big games like this. And I think it's a wake-up call for Jose Mourinho. And I think when they were missing Pogba, the ideal thing was to play Matic and Herrera, then put in Mata, because Mata can also score goals. Mata is creative. You don't need to take chances against a top team like Manchester City by putting your best players on the bench. I think Sanchez could have started that game. Lingard was absolutely useless yesterday. He didn't even defend. He didn't possess. He never looked like a threat. Mendy absolutely overwhelmed. So I think United lacked creativity yesterday. Not that they could have created more chances, but they could have played slightly better than what happened yesterday. At least
game,
4 shots on target.
Another game.
At least 4.
Another game that we were looking at, as you said yesterday, jana watu walichoma bet sana, is the Premier League game here. Chelsea versus Everton. Going in, kila mtu alikuwa anajua kwamba Chelsea will thrash Everton. However, this is how it resulted. 6 shots on target for Everton against Chelsea's 15. 6 shots general, 4 shots on target, the 4 that Kianda said we would have had. And then 1 shot on target for Everton.
Overall.
Overall.
Yes.
Yes. 69% possession versus 31%. The passes, 688 passes versus 311. And then, of course, the other corners, offsides, etc. But the final result, it was up there. Was this is all the games that Chelsea are going to play. Paul, let me start. Hold on, let me just go back. Right, the final result 0-0. Chelsea 0, Everton 0. Shitera,
what happened to Sarri
What
Ball?
happened to Sarri Ball?
I think nyinyi wote ni watu mnaelewa mpira. And
tunajua hivyo.
Mnajua. Let me tell you one thing. Thursday football ni mlima. Unaona tu what happened to Arsenal.
You have to put in Arsenal.
The same thing. No, see it in Lazman. You're also playing Thursday.
But Mourinho also said that.
Thursday night football. Wednesday. At least Wednesday mkona siku moja off ya kurudi.
Alisema back-to-back features. These guys are winning. They rested.
Yes.
Whatever.
So you see, a coach must be very tactical in approaching such games. Chelsea was away in Bate Borisov. So they were coming back to play Everton. Kwa hivyo huo uchovu, Thursday mmechoka, au alipiga draw against Sporting Lisbon. Wakapiga draw against Wolverhampton. At least Chelsea won against Bate Borisov away. So that shows you. No. Europa ukishinda
unaingia.
Ngoja ukishinda Europa ndio nakwambia.
Anasema build up.
You see when you are accessing a main road, lazima kuna feeder roads. Wezi tu toka from
nowhere. So your ilikuwa
Europa ni feeder roads. That's what I'm telling you. Mourinho in his first assignment as a Manchester United coach, alirudisha Man U kwa Champions League through Europa. So it's an equally important tournament. Kwa hivyo in this case nasema kwamba the burden of Thursday night football really comes to reality wakati wa Premier League. Kwa hivyo uchovu na everything inakupatia such results. Manchester City walicheza was it on Tuesday? Wako sawa.
This is my question. This is not the first time Chelsea is playing on Thursday. This is not the first time Arsenal is playing on Thursday. When they were winning games after playing on Thursday, what was different that time? That's what we need to talk about. Chelsea has played on Thursday and still won games on Sunday.
But that is football.
And that was a late kickoff. I mean, a Sunday match. Our Chelsea a Thursday. These guys were back by midnight. London. And then look at the players. Chelsea rested in that game.
Yes.
The whole back line was rested. The goalkeeper was rested. Eden Hazard played for I don't know how many.
No, few minutes. Eden Hazard akona injury. He has not fully recovered.
Now, if you look at the quality of players at Everton, compare them to Chelsea and give the Europa League as a result of Chelsea drawing. Especially when they were like, we are part of this team that is going to win
and the quality
the
of players
English Premier League. Let me finish.
I was about to ask the same thing.
That's why I'm not defending Arsenal for doing against Wolves.
Okay.
That's why I'm not defending Arsenal for doing against Wolves. So
what is
this
the
is the thing. Chelsea dropping points against Everton, aside that City can easily beat. Because we're talking about titles. Who are in this race? You don't need to draw points. Arsenal can draw points against Wolves and Everton. But a team like Chelsea that wants to win the English Premier League title, just like Liverpool, because we had talked about the 3 horses that are likely to win the English Premier League title, dropping points against Everton and not looking sharp in front of the goal, I think Chelsea...
But Kianda,
you know, when you draw, you're dropping 2 points. And your opponents are gaining points. How many points are Chelsea behind? How many points are Chelsea behind Manchester City?
Let me tell you before I forget. You see Raburu, eh?
How many?
You see Raburu.
How many points?
Nataka kupatia tu a classical example.
Thursday football is not a reason for Chelsea.
Ngoja nimpe classical example, eh? Let me give you a classical example. Manchester City dropped points. Wait. Yes. Manchester City dropped points against Wolverhampton. Chelsea piga Wolverhampton. So in this case, haimaanishi ati vile Chelsea imedraw na Everton, ati kwamba Manchester ikichapa Everton, Manchester is a good side. This is football. This is Premier League, as Mourinho will always say. This is Premier League. You can draw with Everton, na Wolverhampton
Then why are you condemning Arsenal for drawing?
No, I'm not condemning. Wewe ndio unasema ati
you're contradicting yourself.
When
Arsenal draws against Wolves, it is now dropping points.
Hapana, amesema kwamba you don't drop points against such teams. Nikamwambia Manchester City dropped against Wolverhampton.
When the league started,
which Chelsea beat easily.
When the league started.
So, this is football.
So Wolves wako noma.
Wako sawa.
No.
See, wali hold
Man City.
No. When was that?
Wali hold Man City. Angalia results. Angalia.
When was that?
Enda kwa msema kweli mzee.
I'm saying when was that? When the season was starting. Sindio? And the Pep said, my team needs a month or two.
And the KDB was present.
Most of my
Your
players,
assassin was
most of the players had played until the later stages of the World Cup.
So
that's what Pep said.
So players
I need one.
Walikuwa wanashinda.
Let me
walikuwa wanashinda.
So players wa Man U na Chelsea wako wanacheza World Cup.
Wacha basa.
Are you going to allow me?
Lakini tujibu, si walikuwa wanashinda bado.
Now this is the thing.
Mshambuli.
City wamechomoka. City wameteka.
Kuchomoka ni kuenda towards the
yani imeenda kabisa. Inachomoka imeenda. It's going to be hard to drop City.
They will drop.
City to drop points against sides like Wolves and Everton.
They have dropped against
now. Is it because of their form now?
They are just on a different planet. City on a different planet.
My brother calls it ridiculous.
Mimi sikubaliani. I am not. Ukienda constipation sikubaliani na yeye.
I am not trying to scare Chelsea that hasn't played against. I'm not trying to.
Which is
Chelsea
December 8th.
December 8th.
That haven't played against.
No, Chelsea
against Manchester
Chelsea
City.
Chelsea will beat Manchester.
I'm not trying to scare other teams that haven't played against Manchester City, but chances are that we are likely to see the same. We are likely to see the same results that we've seen City against Arsenal, City against Manchester United, City against Tottenham. They're likely to happen against Chelsea.
There's a Frankfurt leo mazako kwa kesi yetu bana. Pole, nimefinya kazi mingi.
Iko tu sawa.
Okay. Anasema hii ni kichwa ya Mourinho. Ati no ideas but too much kuongea. So anasema Mourinho ako empty ikifika kwa ideas. Tank haijajaa.
Lakini mdomo iko full tank.
Lakini mdomo naye iko full tank. Anyway, that's happened. Let's talk about the game then, Kiana. Tell us what do you think happened here?
Too much laziness in the Arsenal side.
Hapo ungemtolea ile ya Chief kwanza.
Na Chief akasema hivi kwa sababu najua
ajibu yote in wholesale.
Kwa sababu hata sisi tutavamiwa. Hata sisi tunaenda kuvamiwa sasa hivi. Tuko na memes pia ya nini, lakini Chief alisema hivi sasa nini yangu na Chief Karaoke. Alisema kwamba Mama Wamboi anauza vikombe kwa bei nafuu. Mashabiki wa Arsenal mnaweza nunua kama mwezi shinda. Hi, what happened? There's a time, was it you who said Mkhitaryan is also lazy, or who was it?
He is lazy.
It is you. The fact that he scored yesterday doesn't mean that.
Does not.
I'll change my thinking about him. Mkhitaryan is lazy. Aubameyang is lazy. Absolutely lazy. Reason being, there was a time when Aubameyang was wanted by Barcelona, was wanted by Real Madrid. Those top clubs wanted to buy Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Aubameyang will score goals against this average size. But look at what happened against Liverpool. Who wasted those chances? Arsenal could have beaten Liverpool. Yesterday, what did Aubameyang do? You see, when you're struggling against Wolves, by the way, you just rule out yourself from winning the English Premier League title. People will talk about, Wolves is at number 11. Wolves is not a top side. It is understandable when you draw.
Manchester City will not win.
No,
they struggled against Wolves.
Stella, stop cutting. I'm talking to my friend. What's wrong with this guy? So, you see, I will not defend Arsenal for playing on Thursday. Not at all. They wasted an opportunity to close that gap in the top 4. They are number 5 as we're speaking. They are yet to play against Tottenham Hotspur.
How many points is it?
They are yet to play against Manchester United.
Yes.
Sindio?
Yes.
Arsenal against Tottenham are likely to win that game. If they could have won this game yesterday, at least they could have closed that gap between them and Tottenham Hotspur. 26 points. At least 1 point. Now they are how many points? 3 points behind Tottenham. So, according to me, Arsenal wasted their chances against Crystal Palace. They wasted an opportunity to get 3 points. People talk about Crystal Palace being a tough side, but if you look at the quality of players that are Arsenal, against Crystal Palace, you need to struggle, but play the way Chelsea played against Crystal Palace. You will struggle, but at the end of the day, you win. You need to get those 3 points.
Arsenal,
you see, and Arsenal against Wolves. Look at what happened in the last minutes of that game. They almost conceded a goal.